Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Krista Smith, actor, stuntwoman, speaker, educator. Thank you so much for coming back to another tutorial video. Today I have something a little bit special for you. It's not a staff tutorial, it's a rope dart tutorial. So I'm here at Team 1 Martial Arts in Coquitlam, BC, home of M1 Action Design. M1 is literally changing the game in terms of action design and film production. It's really, really cool. So make sure you check out M1 on Instagram. It's M1 Fight Design. Now before we go anywhere, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel by clicking that subscribe button down below. You can't miss it, it's red. And while you're at it, hit the like button, leave me a comment, tell me what you liked about this video or what other skills you'd like me to do a tutorial for. I'm always open to suggestions. And you can also follow me on social media. Instagram's @michelle.c.smith. On Facebook, it's Michelle Krista Smith. I'm always super active on that Instagram page, especially. So make sure you go there and check it out. I have lists for my classes and all the fun things I have coming up, like an online membership site that you might be interested in. Yeah, so go there, check it out, and I'd be happy to have you. Rope dart is a traditional Chinese weapon. It's a soft weapon. It's a sexy weapon. I really like it. It's also an extremely challenging weapon. It's not unlike staff, though. They actually speak the same universal language. However, because it's a soft weapon, it has its own personality and its own little quirks that make it a little bit more challenging and require a lot of hand-eye coordination and just dexterity and then the complete comprehension of the mechanics. So one of the things I really like about rope dart is how challenging it is. It's like a puzzle, and I love puzzles. And the mechanics, like I said, are not unlike staff spinning. They do follow the same universal language. So a lot of those staff skills that you see on my page, you will be able to adapt and apply to a weapon like a rope dart. That's what makes staff spinning so versatile. However, because the rope has its own personality and it's a soft weapon, it's gonna have a few different characteristics to it. And like I said, I really like rope dart because it's a puzzle. You wrap it all up, and then you gotta figure out how to unravel it, and that's the challenging part about it. So behind me, I have two badass stunt ladies. I've got Julia and Chelsea. They're learning this wrap with you and with me for the very first time in this video. They've agreed to let me film them do that. Now before we get started, I should mention that there is one prerequisite skill that you will want to learn before you get into this wrap that we're going to learn, or else you're just going to get kind of lost and that's not fun. And it's called basic flow. I teach it with my staff to my students. It's the very first thing I ever teach. It is the base of absolutely everything you'll ever learn in staff. And it's also the base of all your wraps and skills that you would ever learn in rope dart as well. That's that universal language that I'm talking about. So you want to make sure that you go back to that basic flow video. You can follow along with your rope dart, even though it's a staff tutorial. I'll link it in the description box below, so it's all there for you. You can do that on your own. Come back to this video when you're ready. Here we go. So what I'm gonna have you do is you're gonna face the right hand wall. So if this is the front, turning to face the right. And I'm gonna be doing a reverse loop at the back. So I'm just doing a single circle. It's not my full figure eight. You could do that if you want. It's just gonna be a little bit easier for you to start in this single reverse loop. Now the first thing we're gonna start with is the actual wrap. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna send this right hand and the ball at the end of the rope dart over your left shoulder, and it's gonna come out by your right hip. So what you're gonna do, take your hand, place it on your shoulder, turn your shoulders, and it's gonna go flying out like that. So I just want you to do that a couple times without trying to catch it. You're just looking to find a straight trajectory out to that right side. And it's gonna kind of travel on a 45-degree angle from my left shoulder to right hip. Once you've done that, you're gonna worry about trying to grab the rope again. This is where that rope gets a little precarious because it has its own little personality. You think it's going well, and then all of a sudden it does like a little bloop and just like goes over your hand completely, and it can be super frustrating, and I love it. Okay, so it's going over your left shoulder, out by your right hip. You're gonna allow it to get to its full length, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm watching that rope, I'm gonna grab it with my right hand right away. So you gotta make sure that you're looking for that rope. Your left hand is just gonna come to your left shoulder and it's gonna stay here. It doesn't actually have to do anything in this skill. And it looks like this. So reverse single loop over your left shoulder, out, and then I'm grabbing it with my left hand, and then I'm gonna instantly fold it back into forward figure eights. So one thing about the mechanics and the physics of a rope dart is once it goes out and you release it into that slide or that wrap, once it reaches its maximum tension, it's like an elastic band, it's gonna snap back. And that means it's gonna change directions from the direction you started in. So that's why it's really important to know the difference between forward and reverse, because that shit gets confusing. Before we add the elbow loops, which happens in the middle of your wrap, we're just gonna talk about how to get out of your wrap. So one of the things about rope dart is you wrap yourself out, and then you have to figure out how the hell you're gonna get out of that. And that, for me, is the most challenging part, but that's the part I really like about it. So you should have your rope over your left shoulder. As you can see on my back, it's over my left shoulder and it's around my right ribs. And after it's gone out, it has switched to forward figure eights. Okay, so this is where you end the wrap, and now we're just gonna get it back out to where we started and into our next release. So from here forward, when I come to the back, I'm gonna let the rope and the ball drop to the floor. I'm going to kick my wrist up so that my palm is facing to the ceiling, and I'm gonna put my hand by my right armpit or my right ribs, depending on your mobility. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my shoulders so that I'm exposing my back to the front, and I'm gonna allow that ball to come up behind me and out. And then I have successfully unwrapped myself from said wrap. This is just good for you to practice at first as a progression before you add any fancy stuff in between. So you start reverse, you wrap over your left shoulder, you catch it, back into forward. When you do the loop at the back, send it over your right, over the left, turn your shoulders, and it goes out. So even if you did that, that looks pretty cool, and it's a really simple wrap. You're not gonna choke yourself with it like some rope dart wraps. All right, so our next piece of this wrap is the fancy stuff in between us wrapping and getting out of the wrap. And what we're gonna do is elbow loops. They're very, very simple, and they will test your comprehension of your basic flow and your figure eights. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna be facing the right side in our forward figure eights, and we're just gonna throw the rope under our elbow at the back, and then it comes under your elbow at the front, so it looks like this. And now, it looks cool. It's a little intricate, but it's actually not that hard if you understand the flow of the rope. And we're gonna break that down for you now. So what you're gonna do, I just want you to put your rope in your left hand. You don't have to worry about that for a second. We're just gonna focus on the body work. So I'm facing the right hand wall. I have my right foot in front of me because I wanna be able to pivot from one side to the other. My elbow is gonna be out facing the back. So what I'm doing is I have my thumb touching my collarbone. It goes down to the floor, up to the back wall, across the ceiling. Then I'm turning my hips, I'm dropping my elbow, then it's coming up to the left wall, across the ceiling, and then back down to the right. So just do that a couple times with your elbow. Make sure that you're turning your hips and your shoulders with you. This is gonna be really hard to do if you don't move anything. And then all we're gonna do with that wave is we're just gonna add the rope. You're starting in forward figure eights. When it comes to the back, you're gonna let it do one loop at the back, and then you're gonna put your hand in your armpit like this, and you're just gonna allow the weight of the ball at the end to just swing underneath. So forward figure eight, swings down and around, and as it's swinging down, you're gonna follow it with your elbow, and you're gonna do that down and up to the other side. It's that simple. So wherever your ball goes is where your elbow goes. If you can do that, you'll be able to do these elbow loops, no problem. Forward figure eight, goes under my armpit, I follow it with my elbow. Now that we're in the reverse side, this one's slightly more tricky, just a little bit, not a lot. So you're going reverse. This time you're gonna go over top of your elbow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick my elbow out into the path of my rope like a chicken wing. So I'm here, and then I'm gonna stick my elbow into the rope. And I'm gonna let it wrap a couple times. Do that so that you get the rope to come onto your shoulder. You want it as close to you as you can. And what I'm doing with my hand is I'm just putting it onto my collarbone again, and then allowing it to wrap. Here, put my elbow in the path of the rope. Once you get the rope to wrap around your elbow, you're gonna be aware of where the ball is. Now, as you can see, I have the rope wrapped about 3/4 of the way around my arm. If I let it come more, it would wrap all the way. And what we wanna do is we wanna wait until the ball goes all the way around your arm and comes out in front of you right here. And then that's when you're gonna start following the ball with your elbow like we practiced when we were doing just body work. So it's gonna come up, straight across the ceiling, all the way to the right side. And then once we get everything to the right side, you just have to drop and pull your arm out. And that's how you're gonna get back to forward. So you're in reverse. You're gonna let it wrap. Once you see it come in front of you, you go up and over, and then to the other side. Okay, so this one's more about timing than the other side. The perfect time is when you see it come about 45 degrees right in front of you, and then all you have to do is just take that elbow and follow the ball. The ball's going up and over, your elbow's going up and over. And that's it. It is that simple. Facing the right side, right foot forward, comes under, we follow it up, turn your hips, follow it up, turn your hips. And then when you're ready, you can just start connecting them. You're gonna go straight over top. So I go under my arm, and then it comes over, it's going right over my elbow before I come back to the other side. And it should be quite simple if you follow mechanics. So if you're getting all mixed up and you're getting wrapped up in yourself, go back to the body work. Then go back to the single elbows, and then you can start connecting it. And remember, it doesn't have to be fast. All right, now that we have learned all the pieces, it's time to put them all together to do our full wrap. So, starting in the left. Now, as you notice, I have a little bit more rope in my left hand and a medium length in my right hand. That's gonna allow me, when I send it over my left, to allow the rope to come out. Now, the longer you make it, the harder it's gonna be to get it back to the length that's easy for you to get back into your forward figure eight. So that's something you can play with as you become more proficient. I have my right foot forward to start. I'm in my reverse loop at the back. I'm going over my left. Right away, I'm gonna do one loop at the front, under my elbow, over top of my elbow, and then right back over the top and out. That's it. Here we go. Reverse, over the left, forward, under the elbow, and up. That's it. That's our full wrap.
Come on, come on.
So that's it for this rope dart tutorial. I hope you liked it. I hope it was fun. I hope you learned something new. Like I said, rope dart is like this whole other world that speaks the same universal language as the staff, but has its own quirky little personality, which I really like, and I hope you really enjoyed it. And before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that thumbs up button for a like, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you'd love to see me teach next. And you can also follow me on all of my social media. Instagram is @michelle.c.smith. Facebook is Michelle Krista Smith. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Right? Right.
Whatever.
Try to hit. I'm trying not to. But you can if you do. I gotta do that again. I got tangled. Oh shit. How the fuck did that happen? Okay. Oh shit.
Okay.
I think not right. We need to do another one.
Come on.